Okay, today I wanna introduce contourf function. So contourf is one of the most very helpful tools. So why we do care about contourf? Why I choose today just to explain contourf, not any other things. So contourf is represent 3D surfaces. So 3D mean three dimensions, so X, Y, and Z, okay, on a 2D plane. But instead of you're just seeing numbers, you would see smooth regions of colors that show where values are high, low, or in between. Makes it very easy to detect the gradients, peaks, valleys, and transitions. And by the way, we're gonna use peaks, our first example today. So, okay, to sum up, it's just better communication tool to represent any data because like human brain in general is understand more from colorful things instead of just like seeing numbers. Like not all the people are good with numbers, but if you are representing to like middle school, high school and showing them like colorful representation, they're gonna like it more and you guys will understand as we go now. Okay, so let's start with first example. Let's create a variable, maybe q equal peaks. As I said, we are using peaks, but what's peaks? So it's a tool for demonstrating graphical function like contourf. So there is always a correlation between the presence of peaks and the contourf. So where it does come from? It came from scaling and translating Gaussian distribution. What's Gaussian distribution? It just mathematical equation is very famous in calculus 3 and differential equation. So morals of the story, Beaks is very mathematical based, but it's very important to like using it with contourf because like contourf is help very powerful in differentiating between the different levels, like something like peaks. So right now let's create a contourf plot with Q. Let's see what I got here. Okay, I got this beautiful representation, and by the way, peaks like the Q here, peaks give me 49 to 49 matrix, and this its default. It's 49 rows, 49 columns, and I can see this here. So for the x-axis, it ranges from 0 to 49, y-axis also from 0 to 49. And I can see the representation, so if we press on the yellow, you're gonna give me the level. It's 8, and then it decreases 7, 5, 2, 1. So I can understand that the very small yellow part is the most or the peak of my data. And like if I go to blue, it starts with negative, -2, -4, -6. So this is what I'm saying. It does represent my data, but instead of color, instead of numbers, he showed me colors. So right now I can see that the yellow color is my highest and my blue color is my least one. So it's very helpful. Like I can imagine I can represent very complicated data to some middle school, maybe like grade 3 or 4 or 5, because they're gonna love seeing colors, but they are not like seeing maybe lines or graphs or direct relation, inverse relations. That's why it's very helpful. Of course, depend on your audience and what you are representing. But even if you are representing a very complex data, it might be as easy as seeing like a beautiful art like this. And in the same time, MATLAB make it super professional and peaks like came, as I said, from very math base. And they're gonna give you the data in a very simple way. This is why like I loved MATLAB and this is why MATLAB is very helpful.